Hello and welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, and today's construction is by Jeff Stillman. Apparently his 10th puzzle for the Times, though I don't recognize the name, it doesn't sound familiar to me. So possibly it's been a while since he's done one. But, and we have this really fascinating layout of black squares, at least on the parts of it that I can see. So we'll see if there's something going on with the symmetrical disposition. And it's a Wednesday, so we'll expect a midweek, mid-difficulty themed puzzle. Let's see what Jeff Stillman has for us for today, Wednesday, March 25th. Let's get solving. Swahili for journey. Is that safari? This is one of those words that enters the English language and sort of takes on a little bit of a different meaning than I think, anyway. Something a commuter might need to catch. Commuter might need to catch. I mean, I want like a connection or something like that, but there might be some wordplay in here that I'm not seeing. Monstrous could be anything. Some Nebraskans who are close to Iowans. Is Omaha close to Iowa? That's the only thing I can think of, so I'm going to put it down. Charge at a state park. For instance, charge at a state park. Again, do we mean a fee? Or a charge can also mean something one is in charge of. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check some down soon. Respectfully request. There's a number of words that could go there. Grandmotherly type. Say. Sedative in a zookeeper's dart informally. Do we want a trank or trank? Maybe a tranquilizer. Okay, we're going to have to look at some downs. Paltry amount. Do we want a sou here? So this is originally a type of old French coin, but has come to mean a trifling amount. Chief prosecutors in brief, attorneys general, I guess, but in the abbreviated form goes to AGs. A Nightmare on Elm Street. See grid art. Fascinating. What is going on here? And then later we have Sister Act, see grid art. Mamma Mia, see grid art. Is it so there's the Roman numeral 2 in the middle there. So I wonder if, the only one that I can think of is Sister Act, see grid out, back in the habit, is the sequel, Sister Act 2. But I don't know if that works for the other ones. Mamma Mia, see grid art here. Is there a sequel to Mamma Mia? I'm certain there is probably a sequel to A Nightmare on Elm Street, but I don't know what it would be. Okay, let's keep going. Prefix with space. Aerospace? Schism. I can never say that. Schism, maybe. A rift, I think, is what we want there. Now it's clear. I see. So I guess this is going to be ogre-ish, monstrous, ogre-ish. And then a user fee at a charge at a state park. Fine. Grandmotherly type. Type. Okay. I want this to be like Freddy Krueger or something like that. Would that work? Condition affecting TV's Monk in brief. I don't know who Monk is. But if this was a D, this might be something like autism spectrum disorder. I'm not even sure if that's sort of the proper way to denote that anymore, but longtime UK record company is this EMI. Mamma Mia. must be a sequel. Oh, Home Alone. Here we go. Lost in New York. Okay. Something a commuter might need to catch. A late bus, maybe? Concorde, for example, in brief, a supersonic jet? Supersonic plane? Sea urchin to a sushi chef is uni, I think. Svelte. Oh, this is not correct then. Room in una casa. Una casa is a house. Roman love god. Amor, I guess. Respectfully request. What here is, maybe this is svelte. No. Oh. The last bus, maybe? Svelte could be thin, then. And to respectfully request could be to solicit. A sala? I don't know what that means. But maybe that just means room. Supersonic transportation? I'll have to look up what SST means. I'm fairly sure this is solicit, although soliciting can also mean kind of this, could be a contronym in the sense that to solicit can also mean sort of to hawk. I don't know what another synonym. It can mean soliciting. If you're talking about no solicitors allowed in a building, soliciting can be a less than respectful thing as well, at least in modern parlance. It does look like it's going to be EMI, doesn't it? Actress Helen of the Queen is Helen Mirren. So that works out okay. In arrears, maybe owing money. Thousands in a heist. G's, I guess. Maybe like this. Captain Nemo's creator. Jules Verne. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Like Mercury's orbit around the sun. Well, all orbits are not exactly circular, but oval. To go along is to agree. Is this Here We Go Again? Historic theater chain, Lowe's? I don't know if that, but sure, Here We Go. Unspecified amount can be any. This looks like it's going to be doter, a grandmotherly type, a doter. So I'm just going to put it in. I'm not totally positive, but it seems to fit. Rhetorician, maybe an orator, so maybe this is OCD instead. Scarface in quotes. Do we want a name here? In which case I'm a little lost. Beams. Is it Freddy like this? Because beams could be rays. Lhasa Apso. Freddy's, might be something entirely different that I don't know. Freddy's Revenge. Some heirs are sons. Unable to decide, torn. Capote, I guess, Truman Capote. Is that right? Or Al Capone? Al Capone. I think this is better. I'm getting confused. A wad in a wallet could be a wad of ones. To give some juice to an engine could be to rev. So this does look like revenge after all. Gosh, I'm a little embarrassed about this one. Goodness. Family name on TV's Dallas. I really don't know. Head block. Head block. Amnesia. That would work. That would be a kind of head block. Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Blank Watching God Were. That would make this maybe Ewing. Suffers no damage. Mid-morning hour. 9 in the morning. Cocktail made from gin, vermouth, and Campari of the Negroni. Suffers no damage. Is okay to make smooth. What? Reply abbreviated. Reply abbreviated. Brooks of film is Mel Brooks. To sleeken. Oh, an answer, I guess. It's not a very common abbreviation, I guess. Outside of the context of question and answer. which is not exactly what a reply is. But anyway, that's fine. A Promised Land author 2020. I want to say O'Hara, but I'm not really sure. Tuckered out. Tuckered out. I don't know. Put a new tag on. Relabel, and we want put in present tense here, otherwise it doesn't fit. Hunger Games protagonist is Katniss Everdeen. Microdosing drug is LSD. Legal conclusion, probably Esquire. We want there a conclusion to someone, the name of someone in a legal profession, at least traditionally, is Esquire. I don't know why that is. Supplies with workers. Mans, I guess, is one way of saying that. Oh, is this Obama, actually? That maybe makes more sense. Tuckered out could be beat. I'm beat. Resort near Snowbird as Alta, I think. Oh, we don't want Esquire here. We want ease, which is a suffix that could go on to the end of legal to make legalese, which is sort of slang way of saying jargon, legal jargon. I don't know why I thought TQD could be a thing. Anyway, Alta, and so got to experience briefly is tasted, as in success. Experiences. Has, maybe? To sort? No, a sort is an ilk, a type. A New Orleans University, don't know, prepares to be knighted, kneels. To divulge is to tell, maybe. Place for a lace is a shoelace. Helper, abbreviated as an assistant. Eye affliction is a sty, and this looks like Loyola College. One day soon, a sort of archaic way of saying soon is anon. So let's see. Okay. Good. And so our theme, I guess, is sequels. So we have the big Roman numeral 2 in the grid art here, such that, I mean, the grid does end up being rotationally symmetrical, as it ought to be. And it threw me off a little bit because we have all these extra designs on the outside, and especially seeing this, A Nightmare on Elm Street, at the beginning made me think this might be the design of the mask. But ultimately, it turns out that we're looking at sequels. So Nightmare on Elm Street 2, called Freddy's Revenge. I should have remembered that, but did not. Home Alone C grid art, Lost in New York. Home Alone 2, I should say, Lost in New York. Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. This was the one that I knew for sure and sort of tipped me off to the theme. And then finally, Mamma Mia 2, Here We Go Again, I guess. I was right about Safari. I'm glad about that. This did end up being Omahans. I don't know how to say that. People who live in Omaha, which I'm glad I figured that out. This is an odd word. I've never really heard this form of. You hear to dote for sure, to dote on someone, but a doter. Is an odd construction, but that's what the part of speech you would need to satisfy that clue, so there it is. Trank ends up being spelled with a K. I guessed C or Q, but thankfully left the square blank so that it didn't screw me up. I did not think that would be one of the options, but sure. All right. And what else? We have a number of these kinds of clues that could be a number of different things. So a little bit ambiguous here for sort. That could be the verb or the noun, turns out to be the noun. Beams could be the verb or the noun, turns out to be once again the noun, the plural noun. Go along could mean a number of things. Give some juice to could mean a number of things. Experiences could be the verb or the noun. In this case is the verb. Head block is light wordplay for amnesia. I'm not sure, though, again, why the question mark, because is head block a phrase on its own that might mean something different? Not sure. What else here? I'll have to double check. I think sala just means room. I'm looking at the cognate salle in French, which just means room, so I'm guessing that's what it is, but I'll double check. I'll let you know in the video description if it's not, along with anything else that I miss, including this. I'll have to look up what SST means. I'm guessing SS is supersonic because a Concorde jet was supersonic, but I don't know what the T is. What else? I'm very, very sorry about guessing Truman Capote of all things instead of Al Capone here. What else here? This does end up being G's for thousands. And legal conclusion got me. Turns out there's a number of different puns possible here, but the one we want is legalese. Anyway, so that's a good Wednesday puzzle by Jeff Stillman. I hope you enjoyed the solve. If you did, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. If you want to know when I'm posting next, hit the subscribe button. You'll get those notifications. And thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Cheers.